Hello everyone and welcome back to my F1 2020 Formula 2 season for the round in Sochi, the penultimate round of the Formula 2 season. We stand just 1 point ahead of Nobuharu Matsushita in the drivers' standings, and we need to try and outscore him today if we want to go into the final round with the championship lead. There are the standings on the screen. There's a few others in theory still in contention. Robert Schwartzman and the whole bunch below him are all very close, but it's going to be tough for them. They will need to have a very good round if they want to stay in contention heading into the finale in Abu Dhabi. But for now, we'll just focus on Russia and try and maximize this weekend and see if we can go into the final round with the ascendancy. So through turn 3, really amazing corner in the Formula 2 cars, and getting through there nicely on the back straight of this lap. We do get a good tow from Robert Schwartzman, and that's going to gain us an extra few hundredths on our lap time, so that's always a nice little benefit. So that'll help us on the quest for pole position here in Russia as we head into the final 4 corners of the circuit. These ones can get very awkward, and you can see we went too deep into the 4th to last corner there. But heading into the final 2 corners now, not a lot left in terms of complexity on this lap. Just 2 90-degree corners to go, and we do manage to make both of those quite nicely to the line. Where will we qualify?
Qualifying is complete and we're all set for an exciting race tomorrow. Your top 3 are Tsunoda, Dragovic and Jack Aitken. It's time to leave for now, but we'll be back tomorrow when the feature race gets itself underway.
So there we have it. It will be pole position for the round in Russia. So that gives us an extra 4 points in the title fight. That could be telling. This title fight could be decided on pole positions and fastest laps at the end of the day, so we need to be careful and make sure we try and maximize those extra opportunities for points. But Matsushita on the topic, way down the order in 14th position, so it's going to be tough for him. We'll see how things go.
And here in Russia, today's race is about to start. We're at the Sochi Autodrom, and the drivers on the grid are almost ready to begin. Join us as we enjoy today's Formula 2 event. Let's examine the Sochi Autodrom then. 2 DRS zones around this 3.6-mile circuit, one on the long run towards turn 2 and another leading into turn 13. 18 corners in total and plenty of opportunities for the drivers to push their cars to the limit. With so much time spent at full throttle, engine failures are a risk that teams must be prepared for. With me at Sochi for the Russian event is Davide Valsecchi. This is a long and complex circuit. Davide, what are your thoughts heading into it?
Hi Alex. Yeah, you're right. This is still a very exciting circuit. Lots of winding turns and high-speed straights. The racing here should be extremely close from start to finish. I think we'll see a great race today, and I can't wait to get underway.
Well then, after an exciting session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. A fantastic effort from Yuki Tsunoda yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Felipe Dragovic in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Aitken, Schwartzman, Pedro Piquet, and Alesi, Joe, Armstrong, Deruvalo, Guilherme Samaya, Markelov, Lundgaard, Callum Ilott, and Matsushita, Sato, Schumacher, Giotto, and Nikita Mazepin, Ticktum, and Roy Nissany, Galeo, and Louis Delatraz starts from the back of the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So here we are on the grid then for the feature race here in Russia. So let's see, the strategy as usual, just be the softer compound to the harder compound, super softs and mediums. In this case, no rain or any weather to interfere, so let's just get into the race as we head to the 5 red lights. And the lights are out very quickly. We are underway for the feature race here at the Sochi Autodrom. It's a great start for Felipe Dragovic. We've lost out there with just getting a bit bogged down on the start there, but we'll see if we can come back towards him with a bit of slipstream. Schwartzman is looking down her inside. Jack Aitken there as well, but we go to the inside of Felipe Dragovic, but we have to back out of it. We've been hit from behind though, and that's a spin through turn 2, holding up the field a bit there. They all file through, and the Markelov What was that? He almost drove off track and had a head-on collision with us as we're trying to flick spin the car around, and that could have been a lot worse than it was. The virtual safety car is out, but let's have a little look at the replay of what on earth played out there. So bad start for us. We did manage to hold on to second position and in the slipstream of Drugovic, and we were a little bit later on the brakes than he was, so we ducked to the inside here, and Schwartzman still on our outside turns into the corner very early, and then we actually spun on our own completely separate to that. So I have to sort of apologize to Schwartzman for that, and then Markolov almost going off circuit there, and as he was avoiding the cars in front of him, I believe. We'll see an onboard with him soon, but here's to go on board with Robert Schwartzman, and you can see he was looking to our inside as we look to the inside of Drugovic. He switched to the outside line and turns right so early for turn 2, and then yeah, I'm not exactly sure what he was doing there. Here's the onboard with Artem Markolov, and you can see everyone stopping in front of him, and yeah, he was just taking some avoiding action, and then all of a sudden he finds us on the runoff there, but thankfully we did not have a head-on collision, but that was a little scary at the time. But slowing it down once again, you can see Drugovic actually defends there very late, and that's why we had to flick to the inside, and then Schwartzman just turns right into us. It unsettled the car, gave us a bit of a fishtail going, I think. So it's a bit 50-50. I think we definitely could have recovered from that spin better than we did. And then there's the incident, or near miss I should say, with Artem Markolov, and we're able to move on our way once again from that. But that has sent us to the back of the field in this one. There's still a few cars behind us, as you can see, but not a lot.
Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green.
Yeah, we're down into 14th position, ironically, where Matsushita started. Speaking of Matsushita, he has a time penalty next to his name. You can see in the top left there the penalty flag. So that is going to completely change this race for him. He really will need to get a move on now if he wants any chance of scoring points in this round. Otherwise, it could be a very sad day for his title hopes. But we know that he has been very, very fast as of late, so I wouldn't be surprised if he can get through the field. But as we continue on, we go for a move up the inside, trying to get there, and we do eventually make the move on Christian Lundgaard and get around the outside, make the move there, and we can move on from that bit of a hairy sort of moment there. But now right behind our title rival, who's a little bit stuck in traffic at the moment. Quite a DRS train forming here with Matsushita at the end, but next car up ahead of him is Samaya. So we'll see if we can clear this group of cars. Another little look on Matsushita into turn 2, but again we can't get the move done on our championship rival, and we just have to settle down and stay in 13th for the time being. But trying to carry the speed through turn 3, and we'll see if we can just get as close as we can between these next few corners, because this is, I feel like this is a strong part of the circuit, but unfortunately not able to get close enough on that occasion. But safety car is out now, and that is for Dan Ticktum, who is out of the race with a mechanical failure, holding up his teammate there, Sean Delisle, just there. But that is Dan Ticktum out of business here in Russia, and he will not finish the feature race. That's going to ruin his entire weekend. But yeah, that brings out the full safety car, and I was thinking of making a pit stop, but I decided to put it off one more lap because the safety car generally stays out a couple of laps. That risk pays off, and that will give us even fresher tyres by just a lap, but that could make a difference by the end of the race, especially if we run into some tyre wear issues like as we did, I believe it was in Austria, when we had some major issues at the end of that one. But anyway, new tyres onto the car, and these will take us through to the end of the race, and they will hopefully serve us well, and they will help us get a bit of an undercut. Well, we'll get a huge undercut because we're doing this stop under safety car, but The question is if they will have the speed to help us maintain the position after everyone makes their stop later. The gamble here is that this time that we're going to be gaining right now, while everyone else is stuck behind the safety car, is as we lose the back end there. And the fact that we don't have to go through the cold tyre phase as well, hopefully that is worth more than the advantage everyone else will get on fresher tyres later. So that's what we are hoping for, but let's see how things go as we get restarted for this one, as we head along the first corner. Not really close enough to make a move. We're not close enough, so just have to sit behind the next car for the time being, which is Roy Nassani at the moment, trying to carry the speed though through turn 3, powering around the outside, and we'll see if we can just get around here. It's going to be very tight though, as it's quite difficult to make a move into that corner, but we do get it done. Nassani with a switchback though, and that's exactly what I mean. It's quite difficult to pull that off without compromising yourself on the exit, just with the nature of how turn 3 and 4 sort of flow into each other. But we go for another move up the inside of Nassani, and this time we should be able to get it done at turn 2 this time, and we do just that. Nassani down into what is now last position. Unfortunate for the Israeli, but fortunate for us up into 20th. That's not particularly fortunate, but this doesn't all matter too much. We're just trying to stay as close to the leaders as possible, so that when they pit, we come out, or they come out as far behind us as we can make them. So we're just trying to run the fastest race that we can at the moment, and we're going to go for a move up the inside of Louis Delatraz into the final sector. This is a very unorthodox place to go for a move, but our tyres are significantly better at this point in the race, and Delatraz, no, he's actually not going to the pits. I thought he was for a moment there, just taking a defensive line though, and now through the final corner. Let's see if we can get the power down nicely, but no, bit of a twitch on the exit and not able to get a run on Louis Delatraz. So it's very difficult, because at the most critical corner, the final corner, it's a bit of a weak point for us, and it's very difficult for us to make a move into turn 2, equally so here. But we go for a big dive up the inside and just about make the move, using all the road there and taking a very early apex to make that work. But we have made it work and got ourselves ahead of Louis Delatraz, and that little bit closer to the race leaders. Felipe Dragovic, I believe, is still leading the way, but as we continue on up the inside of Galale, who defends very late in the piece there, but we do have to take to the escape road, and that's going to allow Sean Galale back through, and we're going to have to try it once again to make that move. That's actually another car up ahead that's got a time penalty. It's Mick Schumacher, so I believe the time penalties are for overtaking under that initial yellow flag that we caused by spinning at turn 2. So that is why there's a few time penalties that will be served during their pit stops. We get a nice switchback through the third sector on Sean Galale and make that move a lot easier than what we did on Louis Delatraz, and
Nice move. Good job.
we can continue to push on. But cars in the pit lane now, and this is the critical phase of the race. Have we done enough, and will we have enough left in the tank to hold on to the race lead after all of these? After all these guys will have the fresher tyres for the rest of the race. So it's going to be interesting, and it's going to be interesting to see how much of a lead we actually have once everyone makes their stop. We go for a move up the inside of Schumacher into the third sector and make that stick, and we move ourselves up and into 8th position, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I believe that everyone will be stopping. Everyone else who hasn't stopped yet will stop on this lap, so that will release us into the race lead. And there you go, you can see up ahead everyone peeling off and into the pit lane, including our teammates. So that is going to do it. We are going to get back up into the lead then of the Russian feature race, so that is perfect for us. We can just push on, drive as fast as we can, and hopefully hold on to the positions. But it's not quite going to be that simple, as we have a lot of trouble there with the rear end, and that's cost us a little bit of time. So it's yeah, it's not easy, but we'll see. We're pushing really hard because we need to drive as fast as we can, and it's causing a few mistakes. A big one there, and that's actually going to cost us probably multiple seconds by the time we get back up to speed. So it's that same corner too, that's right-hander, I think, of turn 5. So yeah, we need to be a little bit more careful there, clearly, because that's the second mistake there, and the much bigger one. But as we continue on, we've not been able to keep the gap out, despite it being a huge gap behind us. Felipe Drugovich has absolutely stormed up right behind us, and now he will be looking to make a move, but we're going to try and defend as best we can, covering off the inside line. But Drugovich goes to the outside. We're going to be try to be later on the brakes as we head into turn 2. We just about cover him off. Drugovich sits behind for the time being, and we hold on to the race lead, but very wide through turn 3. We were going to try and take a late apex, but we took way too long to get there. But a good run, turn to the inside, but no, we mistimed that a bit and couldn't quite get to the inside of Felipe Drugovich, and I think he might be through into the lead now. And as we move on, he is gone, and kind of doing what he does best in a way. Once he gets to the lead, he is very, very difficult to catch, especially when we're on older tyres. And we are not going slowly. The gap to third has only shrunk by about a second or so in these last few laps. So it's not really a lack of pace for us. Drugovich is just in a world of his own. So here he comes around the final few corners. Felipe Drugovich wins the feature race here in Russia. A fantastic drive from him to dominate this race. Great work by the Brazilian as we come around the final corner to bring home a pretty fortunate but a very happy P2.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
After spinning at turn 1, I will certainly take that. I don't know if we had the pace to beat Drugovich anyway in this one. He was incredibly fast.
It wasn't always plain sailing today, but a very important win nonetheless. Tell me, Davide, what was the key to this success?
It was all about being in the right place at the right time. If the safety car hadn't come out and bunched everybody up, I think we could have been looking at a very different result today.
Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be MP Motorsport picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for that fantastic performance.
So it's going to be Felipe Drugovich who takes the race victory today. We'll finish up in second position, and it will be Pedro Piquet to make it 2 Brazilians on the podium. Good job by Piquet today.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. It's a good result for Yuki Tsunoda, who extends his advantage at the top of the championship. And so, driver of the day then, Davide Valsecchi, who do you think you'd go for?
Difficult call, but I say Marino Sato. He was committed the entire race, and it's paid off with the result.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Teams' Championship. We saw a dip in form from the championship leaders today. Their lead has taken a significant blow. Another team that will be satisfied with this race is Charus, whose good result moves them further up in the championship. Goodbye for now then, but we really are just getting started. Make sure you join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Well, look at the result for Marino Sato. That was very, very impressive in the trying to pass many cars, and he'll be starting near the front for the next one. But as for us though, as I said, I don't know if we really could have got much more out of this one. Felipe Drugovich got the jump on the start, and well, he never looked back really. And yeah, of course it went wrong for us here at turn 2, but at the end of the day, as I said, I don't think that affected the result. We obviously ended up beating Robert Schwartzman, who, well, in the end he actually lost out to Piquet as well by the end of the race. But yeah, strangely enough, I feel like that's where we sort of belonged in this race. Unfortunately, Nobuharu Matsushita went backwards in the overall standings in this one due to just that penalty, I suppose, and just not being able to get through the field quickly enough. So unfortunate for him. That's a huge blow in the title fight for him, and he will really need he'll need a feature race win in the final round if he wants to stay in contention, but he's pulled many of those out of the bag recently, so I would not put that beyond him for even a second to pull that off. But anyway, yeah, so I guess the focus now into the sprint race is just to maximize the points and do as well as we can, and just keep building that buffer to Matsushita, because you never know what will happen in the final round. So yeah, that is the target. So let's head into the sprint race and yeah, just do the best job we can, I suppose, and try and extend that gap.
We're back. For the second race, we've reversed the top 8 from yesterday, and everyone here is getting ready for what's shaping up to be a thrilling conclusion to the weekend. Davide, is there anything we should be looking for in today's race? The teams are all very competitive at the moment, so are we about to witness a push from anyone in particular?
Hi Alex, the team will have been studying everyone else out there very carefully, so I think we are in for a very interesting event today. I can't wait to see how this race unfolds.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
I will not let you down, Jeff, as we head to the lights for the sprint race here in Russia at the Sochi Autodrom. Lights are out, we are underway, and it's an alright start for us, a bit better than the one in the feature race, and we're going to see if we can hold position. But Drogovic has already tried to make a move on us, and is already going up the inside of PK, so Drogovic making very good starts this weekend. Great stuff by the Brazilian, gets a bit blocked off there by PK and Schwartzman. We go around the outside of both of them, a little bit off circuit there, and we give up the spot to Robert Schwartzman. Drogovic trying to go around her outside, but we've got the inside here and got the better line, taking a wide line here, trying to go around the outside of Robert Schwartzman. We can't quite get the nose to the inside though as we head through turn 4, and we just have to sit back in 7th position and remain where we started. PK gaining a position off the start, Drogovic in the end staying where he was, and we have indeed held a position. But yeah, we need to push on and try and get through the field, and as I said, get as far up the field as we can. If we can extend our gap to Matsushita to, I want to say, over 30 points in the championship, it will make it very difficult for him to win in the final rounds. Even if he wins the feature race, then you know, we're still going to have a better starting position most likely for the sprint race. So that's what I'm sort of planning for. But at the moment, we actually don't really have much pace, and we're actually being overtaken here by Marcus Armstrong. So that is very concerning signs for us. And I don't know where actually Felipe Drogovic has gone as we try and re-overtake Marcus Armstrong round the outside of the exit of turn 3 to the inside of turn 4. We back out of it though, and it's quite a risk to stick the nose in there from as far back as we were. And as we continue on, you can see Marcus Armstrong's gone. He has a lot better pace than us, but the safety car is out, and that is because Mick Schumacher is out of the race with a mechanical failure. It's been a tough old campaign for him, and a year to forget in Formula 2, unfortunately. But now that safety car's out, giving us a chance to, I don't know, cool off the sides. I don't think they would have been overheating here in Russia, but anyway, it will give us a chance to recollect our thoughts and push on once again and try again to get involved in this fight with Marcus Armstrong. We have a little look to the inside at turn 2, way too far back though to try any kind of overtaking move, and we just have to wait for an opportunity. But running wide here through turn 3, and hopefully we should be able to get back to turn 4 before we lose a spot, and we do manage to hold on. But that was a bit of a weird mistake to make there, but we've held on, and everything is fine, still in 8th position. So yeah, we need to get a move on here and basically get our acts together and find some speed in this car. I know it's there. We had good speed in the last race, at least versus everyone except for Drogovic. But yeah, in this one we just don't seem to have it for some reason. But we'll try and push on as we really push too hard through that corner and a big slide, and that's going to cost us a whole bunch of time and positions, and we have to do a 3-point turn to get out of there. Thankfully we were off the racing line, so we were able to maneuver ourselves away from the wall. That we were very lucky not to hit the Aramco barrier there. But yeah, that is a disaster for us and dropped us down into 21st position. That is the last thing we wanted in this race, and especially after a safety car, that was not what we needed. But we'll continue to push on as we now sit right behind Felipe Drogovic. As I mentioned, he has dropped down the order in this one, and we have a little look to the outside of turn 3, and we're going to get the move done as we head into turn 4. Going to be aggressive now and make these moves back on these cars at the back of the field, trying to get back towards the points. There is proof, though. Felipe has made 2 pit stops in a quick succession to change the front wing and then change back on the ideal tyres. Another huge slide there through the same corner, and Drogovic gets us back. So we are really trying to push the limits there, and it's not working out for us. So that is very frustrating, and we've just undone all the work that we did trying to overtake him before. So yeah, there's no lack of pushing for us in this one as we have a little look up the inside. Drogovic locks up, but there was no way we can make a move. But good traction here. Can we make a move the way we did on Sean Galale up the inside? And we do just that and get the move done on Felipe Drogovic, leaving a bit of space for him there on the inside of the third to last corner. But we're through and are back up into 20th position. Next up is Dan Ticktum, who retired from the previous race, so he has a lot of work to do if he wants to come away with anything this weekend. So continuing on as we head towards turn 2, we're going to go for a move from a long way back on Dan Ticktum, flick to the inside at the last moment. Contact has made a bit of a slide and we can't get it done, and Dan Ticktum maintains position. That was a very last minute choice to try and go to the inside to avoid running into the back of him. But up the inside into turn 4, very aggressive there, and we do manage to get through and ahead of Dan Ticktum. Bit of contact made as there was no way he was going to see that coming from as far back as we were. But the move's done, and we can shift our focus forwards to Jack Aitken, who I'm not sure what happened to him in the previous race. He was up and in a competitive position at the start, but anyway, as we made a bit of mistake there, couldn't make the same move that we did, that we just made on Dan Drogovic. Anyway, continuing on up the inside of turn 2, and nice and easy. I got that position a little bit wide on the exit, but we're not too concerned about that. But next up is the Trident of Roy Nassani, but we're running out of time in this race, 4.5 laps to go. So we don't have much time to get through the field. Unless we can make 10 overtakes in 4.5 laps, we're not going to score points. So it looks like it's going to be a pointless day for us, but we're still going to try and finish as high up the field as we can, because we might as well, as Aitken tries to come back at us after a bit of a mistake. He's spun. Aitken has I think made contact with us there and spun to the inside. Here's the onboard with Jack Aitken. We were slow after running a little bit wide of the apex. He got to the inside, and then we pinched him in there. He had nowhere to go, and he's not going to be able to disappear, and contact was made. But at the end of the day, it's not going to make a huge difference to anything. Neither of us were on to score points. Now we've made contact with the back of Nassani and damaged our front wing, so that's a bit of karma for us. We bump him a little bit wide as we slip up the inside, running wide ourselves, and we get the DRS on top of that. But yeah, that wasn't the cleanest bit of driving there for us. Nassani gets us back on the run into turn 2. We're going to try and pinch him to the apex, hold the outside line here, and just about maintain the position ahead of Roy Nassani, as up ahead Matsushita and the other no, he's not Trident, what am I saying, he's Charouz. The Charouz of Louis Delatraz battle away, and currently he gets ahead or stays ahead of Matsushita. But yeah, it's not a great day for both of us, as you can clearly see. And yeah, it's been a really bad weekend for Matsushita. Actually, he hasn't scored a single point. So the championship gap, all things considered, despite being a fairly turbulent weekend for us, it will be very, very healthy as we head into the final round. But we're still in the background battling away with Roy Nasani with our damaged front wing, just clinging on to this position for whatever it's worth. Not much, but we're just trying to hold on. But Nasani is very, very quick as he has a complete front wing. Up the inside he goes, and he's at that awkward point where there's not a lot we can do in way of defense. So that is Nasani ahead. We're going to try and stick the nose in up the inside of turn 3. He leaves us the space. We go for it as we really are struggling with understeer there. But Nasani out and off the racing line, not able to compete, and we managed to retake the position and back up into 17th. But it's not going to last long because he's straight away getting past us once again. But as we head into the final sector, up the inside once again, very deep though, and Nasani's going to switch us back and go for, he's cut us off there, made more contact, but that's no I'm done really. And that's really about it, because around the final corner, here comes the race winner. Giuliano Alesi brings it home for HWA Race Lab. Great result for him and the team. And in second position, it is going to be Marino Sato holding off Pedro Piquet, who gets a double podium in this round. And as we head through the final couple of corners ourselves, Drogovic gets past, we send it up the inside, massive contact made, and we end up giving the spot back to him, in fairness there. And
that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
That is it, 19th position at the end of a very, very messy race for us. Driver of the day goes to Christian Lundgaard. It's messy, 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 messy.
It was touch and go for a while there, but Arden have done it. Great win. And I have to wonder, Davide Valsecchi, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Wow. Well, there's no doubt that the race was impacted as soon as the safety car made an appearance. It was so important how the successful team today react to this situation. They were decisive and stuck with their strategy, which really helped them take an advantage.
And it's time now for the podium celebrations. And how well deserved is this one? This is a team all about giving talented young drivers an opportunity to race and to win. Arden are your winners here today.
So it is Giuliano Alesi who takes the race win. Great job by him. It will be Marino Sato in second position to be the second Japanese driver to finish second this weekend, with Pedro Piquet getting a second podium as well, finishing third.
After this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the driver's table. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
Difficult call, but I'd say Christian Lundgaard. He was committed the entire race, and it's paid off with the result.
On to the teams then. It was a tough race for our championship leaders, who lose ground at the top of the table. Meanwhile, Arden's strong weekend allows them to continue their march up the table. There will be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you'll join us at the next race when Formula 2 returns.
So the gap in the Drivers' Championship may look pretty big, but in the Constructors it is a dead heat with MP Motorsport. So it is going to be a good fight for that one in the final round. I think the Drivers' Championship, obviously it's never over until the flag falls in the final race, but it is looking good for us. But yeah, we'll have to wait until the end of the sprint race in Abu Dhabi to find out for certain. But other than that though, yeah, messy race. Definitely could have got a lot more out of this one, but that spin after the safety car is what really cost us at the end of the day. There's no getting around it. That was a mistake we probably didn't need to make at the time, and yeah, again, just trying to push too hard in these Formula 2 cars, and you know, they won't take it. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but that was us attempting to make overtakes under the safety car there. Didn't end up putting that in the clip, but we just caught up a little bit too quickly to the group of cars ahead there. But apparently they put it in highlights reel. But anyway, yeah, not great for us unfortunately today. But you know, we'll see what we can do in the final round. I think I'm fairly confident that we can wrap up the Drivers' Championship. So it's just about what we can do, what Daruvula can do for the constructors, how Matsushita and Djokovic go, and that will be the target, I suppose, to make sure we can take home both of those titles. So there is the race weekend complete. So I will say thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought. I'll see you next time for the final round in Abu Dhabi. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.